I'm here with the one and only enforcer.
Yeah, that's what they said my name was. You know what I mean? They just called me.
Well, when did you start with dancing? When was your first, earliest experience with
I'm
it?
27 years old. If you take out the retirement, I've been dancing for half of my life, literally. I've been crump dancing for half of my life. I've dedicated half of my being to this art form called crump. So I do believe I deserve to sit back now and do other things.
Take a look.
Yeah. Do think I can dedicate myself to other things like, my family, my son, my wife, manhood, acquiring assets, stuff like that, But who knows? It's a good question. My happiest moments in Krump were my early days of Krump. When, you had a house full of people or cities full of people that came together.
Mama I's house, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it wasn't just Mama I's house. You might go to an OC session. You might go to Riverside. You know what I'm saying? You might go to a whole new city, travel 45 minutes to an hour and a half away just to spread that love. Now you got people that won't even go 15 minutes away to a session. You have people lapping up, getting in cars, and you'll battle somebody, and it was no pride at that time. It was no pride. It was like, dang, you killed me off. Oh, bro, you tight. Hey, show me that move. Like, you feel me? Like, it was no such thing as being undefeated at that time. It was just like, you had your night, I had my night. We're having fun. We're going to go to Denny's after this. We're going to go get some McDonald's after this. We're going to laugh somewhere after this. We're going to battle again tomorrow because you got me yesterday. So I think I could get you tomorrow, and I might just get you tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? It was very fun. Those were my happiest times at Krump.
Hey, yo, let's make some more room, yo. Yeah, we'll wrap this shit.
Name called this. Don't lay out my fucking name, bro. You call me a bitch and you call me dummy, bro. You call me a bitch and you call me dummy, nigga. You gotta come down with that shit, bro. You called me a bitch and you called me dummy, nigga.
Yeah, let's keep it quiet and back up. I need everybody to back up. Because these niggas can't dance with y'all niggas in the way.
I hit 2 rounds over there. A battle's a battle anyway. I can take it out to the street, in the middle of the street, and get off. And it's still a battle.
Let's go, Kev. Nigga. This is the buck-ass battle. Hell, yo. Nah, bro.
Like now, all of a sudden you can get killed off, and you be like, "No, I didn't get killed off. I didn't lose. I won." No, you didn't. What's going on in your head is because I can't allow myself to fall no more. I can't allow myself to take an L. Oh, they got it wrong. So all these judges got it wrong. A loss doesn't register to me. It doesn't mean anything to me. I'm aware of the fact that you will lose. I'm aware of the fact that even Michael Jordan lost basketball games. I'm aware of the fact that anybody can be beaten at any given time. It could be the right circumstances. Nothing might not work for you. Everything might work for him. We've all had those days where you felt unstoppable. You was like, I'm the greatest there ever was, the greatest there ever is, and the greatest there ever will be. We've all had them, and then we all had those moments like, nigga, I suck. I can't get off. What happens when you have that I suck moment versus a person that can't miss? He's just having his night. You have to accept that. Knowing who you are won't allow the L to register to you. And what I mean by not allowing it to register to you, I mean that it doesn't change who you are. It doesn't change who you've been. Yeah, you lost. You lost this battle. Does that take away everything you've ever done in your entire career? And I partially blame Tight Eyes for that, because he said things like, if you can beat a veteran, you are a veteran. So people was like, well, I beat Crush. I'm better than Crush. You can't beat better than Crush. You can't be. Crush has been consistent for the last 8.5 years. How can you say you're better than him off of one battle? You know what I'm saying? This is why the NBA Finals, when you go into the championship, it has a 7-game win series. The best out of 7. The reason why that is because they know anybody can win one time. It's probability. It's math. If you ain't lost yet, keep dancing. It's gonna happen. If you ain't lost yet, keep playing basketball. It's gonna happen. If you ain't lost yet, keep playing chess. It's gonna happen. If you ain't lost yet, keep being a dope. It's gonna happen. Life has a way of putting you in situations to where you take an L, but it's not what happens when you take that L. It's what you do after you take that L. You see what I'm saying? It's inevitable that you will face defeat. My brother Tight Eyes is just a freak of nature. He doesn't lose on the dance floor. He's lost other aspects, which means he won't take L's on the dance floor. So that's what people are failing to realize. You know what I mean? So they take on this character like, I'm not gonna let, you know what I'm saying? But that shows how weak you are, because you can't even I have no problem with saying somebody's better than me. Ask me an honest question, I'll say it. To me, Tight Eyes and Miho are the standard. They're what you compare people to. They're like Nas and Jay-Z. You don't say who's the best rapper. You don't even talk about Nas and Jay-Z anymore as far as are they the best rappers, because they are the standard. Now you're not even putting them in the conversation. Eminem, you're not even putting them in the conversation no more. You're talking about your J. Cole's. You're talking about, so basically I say that to say, this is not opinion, because I can back everything that I say up with fact. The pillars of Krump, if you exclude those, you have Dragon Slayer, pillar of Krump, definitely a pillar of Krump. You have Solo, definitely a pillar of Krump. You have Hitman, definitely a pillar of Krump. You have Crush, definitely a pillar of Krump. You have myself, definitely a pillar of Krump. You have Rapture. Did I mention Rapture?
No.
You have Rapture, absolutely a definite pillar of Krump. You have Hypnosis. You have Hurricane. You have Foolish. You have Miss Prissy. You have people like that. It makes me proud, and it doesn't make me proud necessarily for the movement. I'm proud of the movement, but I don't necessarily know the people of the movement in depth. I know certain people in depth. It makes me proud of individuals, particularly my brother. I'm proud of the movement, but I'm proud of my brother, because my brother is the single force behind the movement. He's the one who started it. He's the one who elevated it, innovated it, and he's the one that's continuing it. Like, a person who dropped out of high school did this. A black male who dropped out of high school did this. A black male who dropped out of high school and didn't have a father present did this. I look at these people, I look at all this stuff, and I'm like, bro, it ain't no way you shouldn't be a millionaire. Ain't no way you shouldn't be like P. Diddy, Sean Puffy. It's no way. But then I look at him, he rich in another aspect. When somebody walk up to you and go, you changed my life, you saved my life, I'll be like, my brother did this. Just to kind of give people a timeline, it was like when you had people like, before J Sly was J Sly, his name was Sky High. Before T Sly was T Sly, his name was Trigger. You had people like Unique. You had people like Lex. He was Junior Twin, which is my first Krump name. You had people from the OC coming out. You had like Big R. You know what I'm saying? His name was Psychotic. I believe it was Psychotic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I believe it was Psychotic. But nevertheless, you had a brotherhood and a sisterhood. You had a family bond that could not be broken because we all shared this love for Krump.